Hi, it's Mike from Velo Cycles. Today I'm going to show you how to fit the mudguards we sell. These are some Velo Orange Hammered alloy mudguards, but the fitting method is the same for the Gilberto and also for the carbon fibre mudguards that we sell. They all use the French fitting method, which is slightly different to the British standard method, and it gives you a much tighter fit to the frame. It doesn't rattle, and also I think it looks quite a bit neater. So first thing we're going to do is have a look at the fitting options that we've got. Velo Orange give you a large range of fittings that you can use to fit these, depending on the design of your bike, whether you've got a traditional French bike which they'll just bolt on, or a British bike, or Japanese, or whatever. So we're starting with the rear mudguard, and I've put a couple of fittings on already. I've put one of these clips on because the old Sun Snipe made by Raleigh that I have doesn't have a bolt, a hole to bolt the mudguard on, so I'm fitting one of these spring clips. I've already drilled holes for this carrier rack here, the right distance apart, and I picked those up off the old mudguards I've just taken off, so they're already done. And so the first thing I'm going to do is fit it to the top of the stays. On this bike there is no hole to attach the mudguards, and rather than use the traditional mudguard bridge, I've decided to use a single hole L bracket which Velo supply. So I've fitted the L bracket to the brakes. I've just got to mark out on the mudguard where I've got to drill the hole to put a nut and bolt through there. So I'm just going to loosely fit the guard, put it over the little bridge by the chainstay there with the clip. I put a bit of masking tape on so that I don't scratch the mudguards, and you can see I've marked the hole where I'm going to put a nut and bolt through for the L bracket. So I'm going to go away and do that. I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, so I've fitted the L bracket to secure the mudguard, and it's secured down there. You can just about see by the spring clip. Next thing to do is to bring this up and attach this exactly where we want it. Okay, so now we've got the carrier attached to the mudguards to further support the mudguards. You can see we used leather washers there. Velo kindly supply leather washers with the kit, so both of them are nicely attached now. So all remains to do now is to attach the stays. The fitting to the mudguard itself is one of these eyelet bolts. So actually there are two on the side mudguard that we're using. So they attach to pre-drilled holes in the back of the mudguard, and the R-clips go to the mudguard mountings on your bike. So I've now mounted the stays to the mudguard with the eyelet bolts nice and firmly, and to the mudguard fittings on the frame with the R-clips. If you don't have mudguard fittings on the frame, Velo make a product called fender stay mount, which attaches to the axle, behind the axle bolt, or the quick release, and then you can attach the stays to that. So if you don't have mudguard lugs on your frame, then you can still use these mudguards. So here is the rear mudguard completely fitted. As you can see, the carrier is fitted to the mudguards as well as to the frame. The mudguards are fitted down there with a clip to the frame eyelets with R-clips, and to the mudguards with eyelet bolts. So what we have now is actually a very firmly fitting mudguard that's secured in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places, and much more secure than the traditional English method. Won't rattle or squeak, and much lighter than plastic. The stays are aluminium, so they're lighter than the steel ones that you get with plastic mudguards, and you only need the one pair of stays, and it's a complete single stay all the way around, so that means it's stronger than individual ones. So that's the rear. Now to the front. So now we're going to look at the attaching the front mudguard. The system that we're using for the Velo Orange Toe and for the carbon mudguards doesn't use the traditional bracket on the back to attach the mudguard. It uses something called a deroomer. This is a deroomer. It's just an eye bolt really, and let's try and get it in focus. And the deroomer, the hole fits on the brake bolt here, and it will hang down. So it's already fitted because this bike's previously had the mudguards fitted, and you can see there's a hole hanging down. Also, if you watch the video on how we put the front carrier on, you'll see that the strip on the front carrier attached to the deroomer, so that bolt does the whole job. So let's have a look at the new front mudguard. It's drilled with the deroomer, so that's easy enough to fit, and it's also drilled at the back for the eyelet bolts on the stays. So we'll just get it fitted up to the deroomer first, and then we've got to make a hole. Ideally, it's not absolutely necessary, but ideally to attach the rack. I'll find it for you. Ooh. To attach the rack to this boss on the carrier to the mudguard, so that stiffens the mudguard up a bit more. So we'll do that now. So with the mudguards, Velo also give you this alloy stiffener, which will go under the mudguard to stiffen up the deroomer fitting, so the mudguard is stronger there and is less likely to sort of suffer any metal fatigue or cracking. And that's just fitted with this double-sided tape there, so we'll do that and then attach it to the deroomer. I've just taken a length of masking tape and stuck it to the mudguard approximately where the boss is going to be. Then I'm going to mark the position of the boss along the length of the mudguard, and then I'm going to use a trick to make sure I get it exactly in the middle. So first thing to do is to mark where the boss is going to be. So here's a bit of tape, and you can see while it was still on the mudguard, I marked the edges of the mudguard, so I put it on exactly the same place. And to find the middle, I'm just going to fold those two lines together and make a crease in the middle. Together, like that. Crease in the middle, and that crease will show me exactly where the centre is. So there we go. So our line will be exactly there. So we'll then stick the tape back on the mudguard and drill a hole for the little bolt that's going to go through and attach the carrier to the mudguard. Mudguard is now nicely attached to the front rack, so it's firmly attached in two places now, and it really is very firm there, won't shake about. And if we wanted to do something like, you know, mount a light on there or something, then we've got the rack to do that. So very pleased with that. So the next step is to put the stay on, which attaches to the mudguard here in exactly the same way we did the back one, with two eyelet bolts and two R-clips. The stays come far too long which is better than being too short, I suppose. So the easiest way I find to cut them is to use a nice big pair of wire cutters and a good hard squeeze like this. Not easy to cut, but it's quicker than using a little hacksaw, which is the other way, and then they won't get in the way of the fork when I fit them. So front mudguard now fitted, looking pretty good, firmly attached at the end of the forks, at the top of the fork with the Daruma, which is a great system, and also to the carrier. So very, very firm insulation, much firmer than you'd get with plastic mudguards. I love the hammered finish. A little bit about the bike. It's a Sun, made in the early 60s at the Carlton factory and workshop, after Raleigh had bought both Carlton and Sun originally in Birmingham. The model's not on here, but it's a Snipe or Snipe Plus. There was no difference except for the brakes. This has got the cantilever brakes, so it would have been equipped on a Snipe Plus. This is the same bike that I had as my first adult bike when I was about 12. It was bought for me for passing my 11 plus. The one I had was actually an orangey tangerine colour, much like the Hitchens we've got here, probably almost exactly that colour, which would have obviously been popular in that period. I had a few. I've got the original Velo Remo stem, these bits here, and they were originally infilled with red. The stem's been polished up and the red's come off. I've got to put that back on. So that would have been original. Brakes are as original spec. Upgraded with a period Strong-Like 49D with a double crankset, which the Snipe Plus would have had. The Snipe Plus was 10 speeds, the Snipe was only 5. It's got, again, these would be an upgrade, but they are period. These are period Maillard large flange alloy hubs, which I got new old stock, front and rear, so it's got screw-on freewheel. I think I'll put a 7-speed on now. The only out of character thing really are the rear derailleur and the front derailleur, which are Shimano Alivio and will get changed. It's got a Velo Orange constructor rear rack and a Rand on a front rack, and it has the decalers for mounting a Velo Orange handlebar bag. The handlebars are also Velo Orange left bank, and there's just some period looking but very serviceable chrome brake levers and some Rustines rubber handlebar grips. The saddle is a Gilberto Aspen Open, which was given to me to try by Gilberto. Got the cutout in the top to make it more comfortable, and yeah, I've tried it, ridden it quite a lot, and I really like it. So that's a recommendation, although I didn't pay for it. Found some period pedals on eBay. These are pretty much exactly what was fitted back in the day. So this bike here, it's a bit of a cruiser. I'm fortunate to live not far from the beach, where we have 9 miles of unobstructed promenade we're allowed to cycle along except in August when we can only do it early morning and late evening, but the rest of the year we can cycle all along the beach. So this is kept in my beach hut, usually in the summer, and I'll use that to go for little rides along the beach. So why, you may ask, does it have this wide range touring gearing on there? That's because I built the bike originally to do a vintage tour several years ago with a few mates of mine through the Cotswolds. It's quite hilly there, so I thought I'd put some gears on it for its current use. Really only needs 2 gears, upwind and downwind. I will change those for something more appropriate, probably while the bike is still at home here in the winter. So in the winter I'm using it for popping down the shops, etc., local errands. I've put bigger tyres on it, hence fitting the new mudguards. I've put 12 Delta Cruisers, 35mm. They can run at about 60 psi, which will make a nice comfortable ride, and the handlebars give an upright riding position, which is good for looking around, but also when I built the bike I was having some problems with my neck, and I didn't want to have my neck continually in a crick. This water bottle from Fat Face has got a toolkit and puncture repair outfit in. That's not been used yet. That was a present from my son for Christmas this Christmas. Some Shimano index down tube shifters. I'm actually going to fit, when I change the gearing on it, I'm going to fit some shifters of some sort on these bars, just to make it a more convenient city bike. So there it is. I think the Velo Orange Hammered Mudguards 45mm look absolutely fab on this bike. The bike looks great in the blue with the white tyres. So it's really been built for what I want to use it for, and I think it's going to be great this summer along the prom. In the meantime, with the carrier, I can actually put a big basket or a big handlebar bag on the front there for my grocery shopping trips. So there she is. Hope you found it interesting, and happy to receive any comments, suggestions. So that's all for now. Bye.